Hi, everybody. My name is Andrea Stevenson, and I'm here from Simply Outrageous Youth. And today we're going to be talking about 5 reading games and activities for kids. So I'm going to make myself smaller here and follow along on our blog post. So the first thing I want to talk about is just how infants can read. And basically, reading is just about interpreting meaning. And that's what your child did when you smiled at them and they first responded back with a laugh or a smile. But sometimes meaning can be lost in isolated methods of learning like letter sounds or worksheets or flashcards. And so what you want to do is you want to bring connection to what your child is learning. So let's take letter sounds for an example. And instead of just showing them flashcards with the letter and the sound, you may want to put the letter and the sound in a word or in a song, and you can say A is for apple, so that way they can see that the letter sound is created and they blend together to create a word. And then you can actually have them dance, so that's some movement going on there. And you can actually have them hold an apple. So those are some ways that you can create connections with learning. And what you want to do is you want to follow your child's interest when you're offering them reading material. You can see what they're talking about, what they're playing with, and get books based off of that. And especially with young children, they learn by exploring, experimenting, and discovering new things. And so let's take water play, for example. So if they're playing with water and they have 2 cups and they're pouring the water from cup to cup, they're learning about capacity, volume, and the properties of water, that the water is a liquid. And what you can do as a parent to foster this is that you can play with them and use descriptive words in their play. And that way they're learning new words every day. So you can use words like splash, wet. You could describe the temperature of the water, warm, cool. If you have a toy that's floating in the water, you could talk about float or buoyancy, and then make more connections by getting books that talk about water, like a duck swimming, or a child learning to swim, or a child that's splashing in puddles, and they will see those same words in the books that you use when you played with them. So let's get started with the games. And these games are going to teach your child just creative thinking, some creative thinking skills, problem solving skills, reading comprehension, listening skills, and they will also teach your child new vocabulary words. So the first game here, and with all of these, you do want to reread the story to your child just to make sure that they know what's going on. So the first one is change the story here. And basically that's what they're going to do. They're going to actually just change the ending, and they're going to use a creative way to communicate the ending to you. So they can draw a picture, they can create a sculpture with Play-Doh or clay, they can create a dance or a commercial, they can do a role play with props, or simply just tell you the story, or any other creative way that they want to tell you. The other activity is clues from the story. And what you want to do is gather clues from the story. And examples are characters, setting where the story took place, the conflict or problem in the story, or the resolution, or how the character solved the problem, or just basically anything in the story. And you want your child to guess what you're thinking from the story. So you can give them clues such as, let's say the story is about an elephant, and you can say, I'm thinking of a big gray animal with a long trunk, and they're going to say elephant. And also give them the opportunity for them to give you clues, and you can think about you can guess what they're thinking. Another variation is that you could have your child ask you yes or no questions. So let's take the elephant, for example, again. They can ask you, is it large? You're going to say yes. They can ask you, does it have a small nose? You're going to say no. And they're going to keep asking you these questions until they figure out that it's elephant. Another activity is treasure hunt, which I really like this game because it's physical, and you can either get one vocabulary word for the story, or one character, or multiple characters, or multiple vocabulary words, and you're gonna hide this item within your home. And basically, you are going to leave a series of notes or pictures for your child in order for them to find where you hid this item. So let's say the story is about a rock, and you hid the rock under the child's bed. Under the child's bed. And so you first want them to go to the dining room table. So you can write a note saying, go to the dining room table, or draw a picture of the dining room table. And then at the dining room table, there will be another note saying, go to your bedroom and look under the bed. Or you could draw a picture of a child, or draw a picture of their bed and have them looking under the bed. And then they will find the item, and then they could tell you where it was in the story, how, or identify it within the book. Another game is charades, and we've all played that before. And what you want to do here is you want to write vocabulary words or characters or anything from the story. You want to put those words on index cards, put them in a plastic bag or basket, and then you're going to have your child to pick one of the words from the basket, and they're going to act it out while the other players are going to guess the word. Once the word is guessed, then they can identify where it fits in the story. And also for this, you're going to need more than one child for this. The last activity we have is spy a word, and I like this one because you're going to state the plot of the story, but you are going to omit a word. And so let's say the story, excuse me, the story is about a mouse is trying to find cheese. So you're going to say this story is about a mouse trying to find, you're going to pause, and the child is going to say cheese. Another variation is that you can fill in the blanks with silly phrases or words. So again, you could say the mouse is trying to find a cat that wants to eat him, and your child is going to say, no, this story is about a mouse that's trying to find cheese. So you can keep doing that and with the plot, with the whole story, and they can fill in those missing words. So that's it for today. I do want to tell you about our free library. With all these activities that I described, you're going to have to reread the story just to make sure your child knows what's going on. And so within our free library, we have 10 ways to make rereading a story fun for kids and parents. So if you complete this form here, we will send you an email with the library link and also a password to get into the library. And I'm also going to link this post at the bottom of this video. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.